If a man does not fight for love, what will he do? For example, a man is a predator who is ready to do anything to get the desired prey in order to speed up the fight with an opponent. Mothers and grandmothers teach us that the most important thing in the family is to be human. Because a strong family cannot be built from henchmen and should not tolerate a girl, even if she is loved. But for a young man to have a girl, he cares about her and does everything to ensure that his chosen one feels unique and unique to him. In addition, according to the teachings of the older generations, this chosen one can trample her feet if necessary, and the husband should perform immediately at any time of his beloved. If for any reason he refuses it, he is immediately unfaithful, and unfit for the love of a woman. Well, all of a sudden, when the princess with self-control arrives, the real man must understand everything, forgive and go to the first comparison. Is it like a 19th century gentleman's desk book? Unfortunately, our mother and grandmother seem to have a much older age than our rapidly evolving age in matters of love. Although girls are a little easier on last century love affairs, their advice on behavior is not appropriate for us. So, if you do not fight to love a man, you will not like it. When you are faced with the question of human psychology, you must first consider how true this judgment is in our dynamic, high-tech, and completely unpredictable century. So, you modern child, have confidence in yourself, but your psychology is humbled by the words, "If a man does not fight for love, he does not like it," and recognizes the truths of this sentence. What then? What does fighting for love mean? Maybe the two of you are mixed up and you don't call each other so they don't talk to each other, so why not give them 3 meetings so you can decide and give the final answer? Shouldn't you inform your parents to get your place? Or, having struggled with your loved one and deciding that it was better to leave it at you than to create additional problems rather than do something, he walked away again. For example, after talking to your mother, if the man does not fight for love, he does not like. The psychology of relationships is a serious thing. But it inevitably leads you to sometimes false conclusions. Build your happiness first, but with another partner, calling out previously unacceptable words and complaining to everyone you can.
But are you doing the right thing? After following this logic and such an action plan, you will stay with your nose, men, hard, resources. So think about your actions. Remember the relationship between famous women and their men. For example, one of my favorite actresses, Grace Kelly, says, "By nature a man is lazy. If all women had a career, men would watch beer and TV," said one actress, screenwriter, and writer. Bette Davis, "Strong women marry weak men." These are 20th century women. So if you think that man should have something to do on his own, you are most likely wrong. If you really want a man, if you really love him, you will do everything you can to bring your loved one closer. Well, if you're willing to sit for hours with a bunch of chips on the TV and wait for calls, do not make a call in the first place because you are proud. Then you have the patience and wish I could stockpile chips for many years to come.
I know, when writing articles like this, we deliberately think about how I fought 19 women in the 21st century. We want to be independent of people, we want to avoid sexual harassment, we want to suffer more than we suffer, now we want people, they want to work. Now we are sadder and sadder, that we cut like horses further. 2 centuries of history have changed a lot, a man's worldview is also an exception. Think about how a man feels. Who doesn't fight for love the way you think? Someone has to do something in life, because they are human. It's about planting a tree, having a son, building a house, providing for a family, helping a mother, fighting for love, and so on. This has allowed us, the girls, to be forgiven and allowed. We can break a man, and we get nothing for it. but if someone shoots a woman, this does not add to his honor. But we fought for the equality of men and women. That meant men could be a little weaker, a little more irresponsible, a little more relaxed. If it's the first woman's day, the woman will not smile. We'll go to the first reconciliation, we'll offer to marry first, we'll kiss first. Of course, our pride is in vain, and the way a man looks at us, the way he shows his feelings, but it's not worth it. Because he did not do as we wished at some point, to argue that he does not fight for love, we try to exaggerate everything. Think about it, what he does for you is also a kind of struggle within himself. If at some point you do not like it, he will not show initiative. If something is not done, discuss it with him. Surely your man has a strong excuse. According to the same symbol, each person is different, and if your youth does not recur for the first time, in a non-passive period, perhaps the point is not only in his character but also in deciding whether you are satisfied, this condition, or not. If people love comfort, if you have appreciated your loved one, sometimes go for it for relief. Best wishes.
Please stay connected with us for more details. You can subscribe to our channel for the rest of the documentation. Part 2 will be soon.
Motivational daily thoughts powered by Barbara Brabds.